make some sofrito. The ingredients for this sofrito are onion, bell pepper, any color you want, garlic, cilantro, and ajicitos or ajici dulce. And these are not the hot type. This is actually a sweet pepper. Ajici dulce means sweet pepper. So I will also be using this, which in most of my cooking I would use this sofrito. These are basically the same ingredients which you see here, but since I grow this, you see these ingredients here, most of them I grow in my garden, so I process them and keep them in my freezer so they are ready for me to use anytime. So when I say sofrito, I'm basically referring to all these ingredients that you see here. Okay, so let me go ahead and start processing this, and I'll let you see how I do it. Okay, as you can see, I have rough chopped the ingredients, took some of the seeds of the ajici dulce or sweet pepper, and cilantro, garlic are peeled. I started putting them in there. Almost forget that I have to show you how I process this. Okay, so we put some of this cilantro in there. So we're going to cover that and we're going to chop it. Oops, pardon the noise. Okay, I will have to make twice. I will have to process this twice. Okay, just put everything in there. And let it go. Oh, I forgot to show you my onions. Okay, as you can see, it's kind of chopped up. My husband helped me chop this onion, so it's already as it is. You could use it without chopping, but I'll go ahead and add that to my vegetable chopper here. I'm gonna go ahead and add some more of the onion because I did not put some onion on the other one. Okay, that will be sufficient. Okay, so as you can see, there's our sofrito, and as always I add some of my already made sofrito, which I kept in my freezer so that it's ready for me anytime I need them. So it looks like I got a lot of sofrito here, but you will see the reason why I have this much. Okay, this will go on two different well, actually two different steps of cooking this dish. Okay, I have the stove on now. Gonna push that aside so that we can go ahead and add some olive oil. I'm using olive oil this time to cook this sofrito. Okay, so I will be using this seasoning. This is called sazon, and you don't have to have this, but see, I like to enrich the color of my dish because this contains achote. Achote is annatto seeds, which give it that orange, red orange color. And that's basically is what I'm after here. Okay, for the coloring. I will be using this when I start making the rice. Okay, let's go ahead and just let the sofrito kinda saute a little and develop its flavor and get really aromatic. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. After we saute that sofrito, I mean, you don't have to do the same step that I'm doing here. You could separate them, saute them separately if you wish. But since I'm gonna be using the exact same ingredients, I just take enough for my rice because I'm going to make the Spanish rice right now, okay? I will add a little more olive oil and now I'm going to add the sazon, and you will see that it will give it color, that orange, red orange color that you most of the time see on a Spanish rice. That's what this is for. And this also contains some kind of salt, so be careful adding your salt in this, okay? Pardon me. I'm using my old pot because this is my reliable old pot that I use for my rice. It always comes out perfect on this pot. This pot is well seasoned, and although I have other nice looking pots, I would not trade this old beat up pot right here for it. Okay, I don't know if I mentioned that that sazon, this spice here, or this mixture of spice that I'm using, which is called sazon, you usually find this in the international section of the supermarket in your neighborhood. Especially if you have Spanish store nearby, you will definitely find that. Okay, now we're going to add our rice, okay? I got about 3 cups of rice in here because, as usual, I cook for my children as well. I like to share what I cook with them. We're going to add about half a teaspoon of salt, okay? Because remember, like I said, the sazon contains salt. That's about half a teaspoon right there. Okay, I usually add the water up to almost an inch from above the rice, okay? So as you can see from the surface of the rice, I can see that I probably will need about another cup of water, okay? That's perfect. That's about approximately an inch from the surface of the rice, okay? That much liquid. And we're going to allow that to come to a full boil. Allow it to simmer and the rice to absorb the liquid. Then we're gonna cover it and push it at the back burner on a very low heat. The lowest heat you could you could set your burner on until it's completely done. Okay, so as you can see, the rice is absorbing the liquid. We'll give you a little more time. Okay, we're about there. So now, as you can see, the rice is partially cooked, absorbed most of the liquid. Now we are going to transfer this on a back burner, okay? We're gonna put the lid on. We'll never take that lid on. We'll never take the lid off again until it's done. Let's move that there. And we're going to put the sofrito back in here, and I'll show you what's going in here. So while the rice is cooking at the back, we are going to saute our chicken. Okay, let's push all of the ingredients aside, okay? We're going to give that a chance to brown, and then we'll turn it on the other side and we'll do the next process. Until the meat is tender, okay? A little more. Okay, we'll put the lid on. Okay. Let's go ahead and kind of turn everything around again. Now that it's boiling. At this point, I'm going to add just about a quarter cup, barely a quarter cup of vinegar, okay? And that's all there is. Don't need to stir it. Just put the lid on and let it be. I'm going to lower the heat to medium. Let's go ahead and mix it. Okay, so I'm going to add some tomato sauce, okay? Okay, so we're going to put the lid back on and allow this to stew on very low heat, somewhere between 1 and 2. Allow it to simmer until the chicken is really tender. What I'm doing here is taking out the green beans because I just want it to steam until it's just nice and soft, not very tender. Soft enough so that it will still have some crunch to it. Okay, kind of al dente, not super tender. And then I'll go ahead and add my smoked sausages right on top of the chicken. The smoked sausages are fully cooked, and this will give another level of flavor for my Spanish rice. So I'm going to put a lid back on it to allow the sausage to steam. Okay. We're going to take the sausages. You don't have to. It's an option process, but I like to give the sausages that real nice and crisp texture on the skin. So we're taking it out and just kind of brown it a little. Okay. For the shrimp, as you can see, I'm gonna add a little more. I'm using Cajun seasoning simply because I ran out of seasoned salt. Okay, you can use seasoned salt or Cajun seasoning. Cajun seasoning will be slightly spicy. A little bit of sauce. This is the sauce from the chicken that we stewed. Put the beans back in there. Give it about a minute to kind of just simmer down a bit. Okay, so now we got all the components for our Spanish rice, and like I said, this will be my ultimate Spanish rice. We are going to put all the components together and I'll show you how that looks, okay? Okay, so here is the rice, as you can see. We just leave it alone on a very low heat, and as you can see, it's cooked through nice and grainy. Okay, now all that's left to do is putting all of this together, and let me show you the chicken. And as you can see, there it is. I mean, you could serve each and every individual dish here separately if you wish, but I have been doing that kind of cooking, and now I want to show you something different.